Ever heard of a fella named Pecos Bill? If you haven't, buckle up, because this ain't your grandma's bedtime story. This is a tale straight from the heart of the wild, wild West, back when the land was untamed and the legends were larger than life. They say Pecos Bill wasn't born, he was unleashed. As a baby, he fell out of his family's covered wagon right smack in the middle of Texas. Most folks would have been Coyote Chow, but not Bill. Nope. He was found and raised by a pack of coyotes. He learned to howl at the moon, speak their language, and run with the pack. He thought he was one of them until a real live cowboy stumbled upon him and had to break the news. Kid, you ain't a coyote. You got no tail. That's when Bill decided to rejoin the human world. But he didn't leave his wild ways behind. He tamed a mountain lion and used it as a horse. He used a rattlesnake for a whip. The guy was practically a force of nature. One day, a terrible drought hit his corner of the country. The land was cracked and dry. The cattle were thirsty and folks were desperate. While everyone else was praying for rain, Pecos Bill had a different idea. He looked up at the sky, saw a massive cyclone tearing across the plains and thought, now that looks like a fun ride. So he did what any reasonable coyote-raised superhuman would do. He saddled up his horse, Widowmaker, a beast so fierce only Bill could ride him, and chase down that twister. He leaped from his horse, grabbed the cyclone by its lightning-filled mane, and wrestled it to the ground like it was a stubborn calf. He rode that cyclone across Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona. The sheer force of him wrestling that storm squeezed every last drop of water out of it. The rain came down so hard and so fast that it carved out the Grand Canyon and filled up the Gulf of Mexico, or so the story goes. But Bill's greatest challenge wasn't a storm. It was a woman, a fiery-haired cowgirl named Slewfoot Sue. She was as wild as he was. She rode a giant catfish down the Rio Grande for fun. Bill was instantly smitten. He proposed and she said yes, but on one condition. She wanted to ride Widowmaker on their wedding day. Bill warned her, but Sue was stubborn. She hopped on the horse wearing a wedding dress with a big steel spring bustle. Well, Widowmaker, not liking anyone but Bill on his back, bucked her off. But that springy bustle in her dress, it sent her flying. Higher and higher she bounced, right up to the moon. They say every time she'd come down, she'd hit that bustle and bounce right back up again. Bill was heartbroken. He tried to lasso her, but she was just too high. Some say he died of a broken heart. Others say he just laughed himself to death at the ridiculous sight. Pecos Bill, a man who lassoed a tornado and whose wife is still bouncing on the moon. It's a tall tale, for sure. But out there, in the vast, quiet desert, under a starry sky, you can almost believe it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like it, please like, follow, or leave a comment to let us know.